Oh my God, my beautiful Sagittarians. What is going on, family? This is your girl, Venus Archangel, here with another love read for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know I gotta get a little crazy. Now, your opposite sign is Gemini, so... Actually, I got a lot of my placements in Sagittarius. My Venus, my Mars. That's pretty much it. My peps, my sister, friends. They got some Saggy energies, okay? But yes, Sagittarius. That was loud. That hurt my own ears. Sorry, y'all. If you're unsure of your placements, go ahead and check the descriptions box below. I've provided a link for you guys down there to see what your placements are and everything like that. Also, guys, please remember that these readings may not resonate with everybody, and that's totally fine, okay? It's not gonna, nobody's gonna die. Nobody's gonna be bent out of shape and hurt. It just means that you may have to look at your situation a little closely. Get a personal rating, which is that there's a sale on it. So, you're in luck. Okay, that was an odd shuffle. I didn't shuffle that right. But okay then. Let's get into it. Honestly, I don't know how many of y'all know that I'm a gamer. I like to play video games a lot. That's just me. I might actually go back into streaming video games. I don't know. I'm gonna have to let y'all know. You're like, what does that have to do with tarot? And it's like, hey, I may pull a tarot card at the end of during my video or during my stream or before my stream or during the stream before I start the video game or after. Who knows? But I'm thinking about starting it back up because I love games. Okay. At least I love one video game a lot. You have the 3 of Swords and the 9 of Wands underneath there. That means like, so there's some sort of pain. Some sort of issue that's building up a wall. That's something that's starting to block some stuff off. Uh-oh. We're putting our defenses up. It's like an infection. When we get pain, it's like our bodies are very interesting, right? And how we are in life is very similar. Because if you think about it, right? Every time we get hurt, we inflame, right? We put up boundaries, we put up blockages, we get all super defensive, and that stuff gets really thick. And that keeps all the good, it keeps all the bad and the good stuff. You know what I mean? In this little net. So you have to kind of calm that infection and then, really treat it, love on it, and then it'll kind of snap back and get in place. And I feel like it's the same situation that's going on with y'all. Y'all are inflamed. I've been shuffling for 3 damn minutes. Okay. I also modified this Celt cross again. I removed 2 placements. Kind of save us some time instead of going through every last segment. I know how y'all, I know you know how you feel, and at the same time, I know how your hopes and fears are. I know you know what your hopes and fears are too, so I eliminated that. So your underlying energy, y'all, is the Emperor, taking control. All right, y'all want to take control of your life. Y'all want to, also be the boss. All right, I feel like that too. I feel like for some of y'all, you guys have had a serious, not necessarily identity crisis, but since Saturn was in your sign for 3 years, it's hard to kind of getting things right, getting in the flow of things. Some of y'all that did, did whatever Saturn wanted y'all to do, it's a little bit more easy. But I think at the same time, it's just like getting your control back, getting your power back. This is about you having, having that power, but at the same time, not being so stubborn that you may end up trying to do stuff by yourself and it may not work out, right? Underneath here you have the the 3 of Cups. That's friendships. It's people that support you being your own individual. Like, I think everybody wants you to be you, but at the same time, you got to be open and be aware that some things that you may do, you don't have to do, but necessarily by yourself. But that's a side message for anybody out there that needed to hear that. Now, with the Page of Pentacles, you guys have in the heart of your reading, I think there was a proposal or some sort of offer given or received in the past, all right, or recently. okay? Or there was a lot of looking closely at what you feel is of value to you. Like they're, you know, trying to figure out whether or not this is something worth your time or not. And I really do feel like for some of you guys out here, this could be that there was somebody that gave you guys an offer and you guys are really trying to look at it and, you know, think it through. But then it's crossing you is the 10 of Cups. Some sort of situation didn't end very well. I don't think it ended very happily, one, or this situation didn't end at all. There's some sort of incompletion of some sort of cycle emotionally. I think there's some sort of unfinished business. Now, this could be that this is a happily ever after, or this is revolving around family. Maybe there's somebody new coming to the party, like a little kid, because you got 2 cards that indicate children. Well, 3, because if you count the 10 of Cups. But I feel like for some of you guys, this is like not really feeling 100% fulfilled with the situation. Like there's some sort of lack of happiness. Yep, you have 3 10s in here. There's a big ending coming in. I mean, if I saw the world, I would have been like, some stuff is wrapping itself up. The completion of a cycle is coming. It's just the emotional portion of it that's kind of holding on. It's just like this emotional thing that's coming up. Okay, now for some of you guys, it could be that you guys, you know, are really, you know, trying to do your best with wrapping up a cycle, but again, emotionally, it's taking a toll. It's lingering. It's a lingering sort of feeling. In the past, you guys have the 3 of Wands. Okay, which is talking about waiting and expecting some sort of information or some sort of news, something that you were waiting on in the past. I think you guys were doing the best that you could with what you got. But until you got what you got, you were doing the best that you could. All right, you were just working as much as you can, and you were waiting. Okay, but now you have the 10 of Pentacles in your present. Good. This is a really good card. You guys feel more solid, more stable, secure. I feel like you have, you know, friends and family around you that really support you, right? And I feel like honestly, you may have some sort of commitment here too, a new commitment. You know what I mean? But then in the future, it moves to the 10 of Wands. So you guys become a little bit more overburdened. You guys have this, you have a lot of weights that you're carrying. You guys, this is a rough one. It's almost like perhaps the family becomes a bit of an issue for some of you guys. But I don't think it's necessarily the case. I'm actually gonna pull some clarifiers because this isn't telling me jack crap. Oh snap! Oh my gosh! Well, I said, why is the 10 of Cups? That's what I was thinking. Why is the 10 of Cups crossing the Page of Pentacles, a new beginning, or this offer? Because of the 6 of Cups and the 4 of Pentacles. Somebody's not letting go of the past. That's just straight up. It's very hard to put death along with the 4 of Pentacles like this, because death is talks about releasing, moving on, letting things go to begin something new, to allow new life. But there's some sort of soulmate connection here, or this sort of past energy. It's something that's keeping you from being able to move forward. I think that's what it is, right? There's something that you're holding on to regarding the past that's keeping this relationship from completely ending itself. Oh man. Wow. Why is the 10 of Wands in the future? Why is the 10 of Wands in the future? Why is the 10 of Wands in the future? Why is the 10 of Wands in the future? Why is the 10 of Wands in the future? Why is the 10 of Wands in the future? Why is the 10 of Wands in the future? Why is the 10 of Wands in the future? Oh, the 10 of Pentacles. It's a burden now. Whatever this is in the present, it's a burden. I feel like what you guys are trying to manifest is abundance, obviously. I think what you're trying to manifest abundance, stability, you know. You're trying to manifest a good place, like really. And even that becomes a burden in the future. I feel like it's perhaps you're trying to manifest physical wealth or physical something, maybe a physical commitment, but it's hard to do if the emotion, if there's some sort of holding on to the past. Because your goal and ambition here is the Queen of Pentacles. Like, I mean, I feel like you guys want to be independent. You guys want to be, you know, structured, stable, strong, independent, you know, self-reliant, hardworking. I feel like y'all already are. Considering Saturn went over your thing, you want your hard work to show for it. Honestly, I feel like you want to show for it in who you are and be someone of value, like to yourself, not to anybody else, but you want to be of value to yourself. And I feel like you can definitely do this, and I feel like you have the ability to do it. But it's like, I feel like you want something physically to show for it, because you're working hard and you're doing the best that you can. But there's a lot of practical pentacles coming up. It has to do with this Ten of Cups, this completion of a cycle, or lack thereof. There maybe there's something that's not over yet. Maybe there's something that needs to be released, or honestly, taking a chance regarding this Six of Cups. Like, if you see the little kids are running towards the grandfather, or the old man in the distance. Like, they're leaving the cups behind. It's like a flashback. It's like, hey, like, they're running towards the old man that's in the very distance, leaving behind the Six of Cups, knowing that that is in the past. It's not, you know, this is not going to dictate their future. And I feel like it's kind of hard to leave a situation that you've become so emotionally attached to. And I think that's the situation is. Like, you're focusing so much on the practical aspects and not so much on work. And you're willing to become overburdened with work because of a situation emotionally that you may have, you know, you may have felt attached to at one period of time. And it's like, you can't hold on to that that past forever. There's beautiful and bigger things out there, but it's going to require you to release that portion of that, you know, to love on that, accept the ending, and be open to beautiful new beginnings to come in. Because you have 4 10 of 10s in here. You have 10s clarifying 10s. I mean, Lord have mercy. You have the 6 and a 4. That's 10. There's a lot of 10s in this reading. And I feel like it's all like, you know, it all has to do with where you're trying to go, what you want. You're committed to this, committed to this relationship from the past. And this is like, it's keeping you from being able to completely move on. Now, in your external energy, you guys have the Magician here. This is talking about manifestation, you know, believing oneself, having the confidence. Now, this is a good card, and I like this card here, especially with the 10 of Pentacles in the present. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, you can manifest an amazing future. And I feel like you guys have. I feel like you guys are seeing it. You're seeing all the beautiful things that you have around you. But what becomes burdenous, perhaps, is that the trying to maintain all that abundance. Or I have no idea why the 10 of Pentacles is coming up. Let me see. One more. Give me one more for that. Nine of Wands. You're not giving up, man. Wow. Nine of Wands coming up. Both of these dudes are also beat up too. It's like there's something that you're not giving up on. Like you put up a wall, and it's this work that you've been doing. I think the work that you've been putting in is to kind of drown out the other stuff that's been going on. Sag, this is rough. Even though this is like a good reading, it's rough because I can understand. Something didn't end in the way that you feel like it should have. And I feel like there's some sort of holding out in a way for this relationship to rekindle itself if you have a certain amount of dollar signs next to your name. It may be that you're just waiting to see where your life takes you regarding your abundance, regarding your happiness, stability, being more practical. But in your outcome, you have the Page of Wands. This talks about news and sort of excitement, some new adventure. Something very passionate and exciting. Wow. Something's coming in for you guys. Something new. That may be the burden that you may... that would really bring up the reason why the burden must be alleviated. Probably because it's probably actually something that you actually want. And then with that Knight of Wands, you've come such a long way. Maybe you're thinking about actually putting it down now. No place like home. And this talks about protecting the self, protecting you, loving on yourself, creating a fortress with yourself. Okay? But it's also being careful not to be so closed off from the world and distant from everyone else that you no longer connect with anyone. Shutting the door on life outside of yourself. That's the part that's a little scary. Because Sag, you guys are the life of the party. People love you. And honestly, I think you love people too, because they give you experiences that, that you really may not be able to give yourself. But they teach you different things, and every cycle does. And I feel like trying something new or doing something new may not be on the cards right now. May not be in the cards right now, but don't completely dismiss it because of something that may have, that you may have been expecting to happen in the future, in the past. Because here, guys, in your Whispers of Love, you guys have consider your foundation. You are being asked to look at how you are committed to love. Oh, how committed you are to love. And it means, are you committed to yourself? How committed are you to yourself? Because no place like home is talking about being committed to yourself. Providing a place of safety and security for yourself. You know what I mean? Always finding that stability and security within yourself. No matter what. And if you know your value, know your worth, you won't have to look for material means to show that. You don't have to, you don't have to let money determine that. You don't have to let physical assets determine it. You, yourself, and your ability to get things done, to have what you want, that is worth it. Now, the Queen of Pentacles could be that this is a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn in your life, or someone else entirely. Someone else that you see is very practical and very stable. Because you did, if you look a little further into this, right, into the underlying energy, there's the King of Pentacles. Like, there's this desire to perhaps to be very stable and be very grounded for somebody that you're now probably friends with, or there may be this person that you're a friend, that you're a friend with, that you have a connection with. But there's some sort of holding on to the past. And that holding on to the past is going to keep you in the past. So you have to be careful. You have to be careful, Sag. But, I mean, you got great things. You got great, wonderful things in your present. Stable, friends, family. I think it just becomes overburdening because you don't know what you're fighting for. I think you end up forgetting what you're doing all this building of abundance for. And you're doing it, you should ultimately be doing it for yourself. If you're doing it for the hopes of getting back together with somebody, But then at the same time, right, this Page of Pentacles crossing the Three of Cups means that there may be some sort of offer that indicates that there's some unfinished business regarding some sort of connection. But with the Four of Pentacles here and the Six of Swords, like, that's not opening up or communicating or it's holding back. Just be careful, Sag. Just the best thing I can say, and know your worth without physical means. You don't have to have the physical be there. You can take control of your life without money. You can take control of your life without having a dollar sign next to your name, or without having, you know, material stuff around you. Consider your foundation means consider where you came from. Consider who you are now. Consider where, you know, who you are. You are the foundation. You are the state. You are the place where your house sits. It's up to you whether you want to crack a bust or crumble, or it's up to you to maintain, you know, to be solid. But again, right, even when you do crack, bust, and crumble, you are going to rebuild a new one after that. So it's the tower, isn't it? So you change your foundation. It's a very deep and crazy reading, but you have 10 endings in here. Everything is closing, and it's just that emotional door that hasn't shut yet, and especially closing the door to the past. You can have happiness again. It may not be exactly from the past, but you can have happiness again. It has to come from you believing that you can manifest it, though, Sagittarius. Alright, guys. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I've got a sale going on my website, as well as my $5 Instant Go message stuff going on in Instant Go. So if you guys want to get involved in that, go ahead and take advantage of it while it's still up. And I will see you guys very soon. Bye, guys.